All right, y'all. The wait is over. We are back. 32 Bar Cut is back. We are recording every week. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Adrienne Walker. I run this channel with my husband, Austin Cook, who is a music director on Broadway. And I'm excited to talk about my rehearsal process with The Lion King. For the past 17 months, we have not been on stage. We have not seen each other. We have not done a thing together. And now all of a sudden we are back in the same room and we are rehearsing. And I'm going to share that with you. Being a Broadway performer is pretty cool.
And a lot of hard work.
Getting there is even harder.
We're going to tell you all about it.
I'm Adrienne Walker.
And I'm Austin Cook.
Welcome to 32 Bar Cut. Welcome back to Broadway Banter on 32 Bar Cut. My name is Adrienne Walker. I am a Broadway performer, and I am happy to say that I am back to being a Broadway performer on a Broadway stage. I started rehearsals 2 weeks ago on August 17th at the Minskoff Theater in my role as Nala in Disney's The Lion King on Broadway. And it's been a surreal experience so far. We're 2 weeks into our rehearsal process. We started the first day with press. And that's the crazy thing about getting back into The Lion King, into the swing of things, is that they hit you with a bunch of press opportunities. Hey. So I was so nervous about my press event this morning that I forgot to document walking into the theater for the first rehearsal today. Today we are doing our first rehearsal. It is I can't talk. It is August 17th, and this is the first time the cast will be together since March of 2020. So, we're about to do rehearsal, but before rehearsal, by we, I mean my new Simba, who is Brandon McCall. He played Simba on the tour, and now he has relocated to New York to make his Broadway debut as Simba in The Lion King on Broadway. So Brandon and I were called early on our first day back to rehearsal to do a World News Tonight interview with Deborah Roberts, who is amazing. She's from Perry, Georgia. We kind of got that Georgia girl thing in common, and it was so lovely to sit and talk with her. Well, we didn't really sit. We stood on the stage, and that was Brandon's first time on the stage. And we just talked about what it meant to be back in the theater. And for me, it just feels surreal to be back on the stage, to again be reminded by the role that I've been given and the person that I need to be in that role. And it was a really great interview, and you might be able to see it on ABC sometime in September. I don't know when, but if we get more details on that, we'll drop it down below. But anyway, okay, so you probably want to know how the first rehearsal went. Firstly, we all had to get COVID tests before we walked into the building. We also all had to be fully vaccinated. Everyone in the cast has to be fully vaccinated. Everyone that comes to see the show has to be fully vaccinated. And if you're in the cast, you are getting tested every day you walk in. All right, you can hear the orchestra rehearsing over there, but I am up in the lobby to get tested by Charmaine and Lindsay. And Paddle, our COVID officers back there. So we were all tested. We all felt safe, but we all felt like we wanted to hug and see each other again and see how everyone was doing. And so we did that. And then we had an equity meeting. And our equity meeting was really just about the new protocols that equity has put into place, not only for COVID, but also to diminish the amount of discrimination that has existed in the union and within our theater world. So we talked about that for a little bit, and our producer Ann Court came down and she got on the mic and everyone was there. The cast was there, the stage managers, company management, resident director, resident dance director, global associate director, our orchestra, front of house, dressers, puppet department, makeup department, hair department, anyone you can think of that's involved in the show in any way here at the Minskoff was there. And so Ann Court, one of our producers, addressed everyone and spoke about how excited she was and the plan for the next few weeks. And then she asked everyone to get up and to say who they were, how long they had been with the show, what they were feeling in that moment, and what they were hopeful about. And that lasted about 2 hours because we had about 160 people getting up and saying all those things. And some people were very short with it, and other people really took the time to address everyone and talk about what their experience had been like over the past 17 months. And some people came back, we all came back changed. Some people had lost parents. One of our cast members got so sick from COVID, he thought he was going to die. He legitimately thought he was going to lose his life and he would never see his children again. Some people are expecting babies. Some people have had babies. And everyone is coming back very different and very changed. And so it was a good thing. It took a while, but it was a really good thing for us to start in that way. The other cool thing about doing this rehearsal process, not just being back and having a paycheck and being around my friends and getting to perform and all the glitz and glam of it, is that we have never rehearsed together like this before. We've all come into the show at different times. Only one of us has been with the show, in the cast that is, been with the show. Lindy Way has been with the show since the beginning. And then some people came in shortly after her, so we have some people that have been in the show for 20 years, 17 years, 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, 6 months. And we never had a rehearsal process all together. So for me, that was the most thrilling and exciting part about this, is that okay, we get to do this fresh together. And there's bonding that happens in rehearsal processes. I'm sure you've experienced it where you get into a rehearsal process and you're meeting new people and everyone's all apprehensive and you don't know how it's going to go. And by the end of week 1, you've met your people, you've got your best friend in the cast. And by the time you're in tech, you've got inside jokes. And by the time you hit opening night, you've got a new family. And when you're a replacement, you don't get to build those relationships. Those happen a lot longer over time rather than in a 4-week process or a 2-week rehearsal process. So I was excited about that. So first day of rehearsal, we do all of the introductions, talk about how we feel, and then we go to the lobby and we sit and we do the table read. And I don't know if you got a chance to see on the Lion King Instagram page, and it might also be on the website, our first table read, but Julie Taymor was there. And if you don't know, Julie Taymor is the original director of the Broadway production of The Lion King. She is who I like to call the mother of lions. She is responsible for the success of The Lion King. Her vision is really what has made it, in collaboration with the rest of the creative team, because I don't want to knock Lebo M and Garth Fagan and Tim Rice and Elton John, who also helped put this together. But she really did have a vision that she had to fight for. And because of that, The Lion King is very special. The puppetry, the Javanese movement, the different styles of art and artistry that she put into it. That's what makes The Lion King The Lion King. Even changing Rafiki, which was a male character in the animated film, to a female character in the stage production. That's Julie Taymor. She wrote the lyrics to Endless Night, Simba's 11 o'clock number. Julie Taymor is the bomb. So she addressed us and she told some personal stories about her life, her experience, and her time in Indonesia, and how she brought those experiences to her creation of The Lion King, and what she was expecting from us, and how excited she was to be there. And then she sat down at the table, and the table was in a big rectangular shape. So they put the principals as well as some of the creative team at these set of tables. We had scripts in front of us, and there was a press team in front of us taking photos, and we started the show. And Sidi, who plays Rafiki, Sidi Manye, got up and she starts singing. And it was such a big deal to hear it again live like that. It was such a big deal to be in the room. And personally, I'm looking at what my year has looked like and how it's been so touch and go, whether we're going to go back to work or not. And now we really are here. And so it was really special. If you get a moment, check the video out of The Circle of Life. And we did a table read and we had our scripts in front of us because none of us could remember our lines. And we just got through it. We got through it. And it was Brandon and my first time reading with Brandon, his first time reading with me. It was Brandon's first time being in front of the entire cast. And he did a great job. And then we also have another new principal, Rob Sapp. He's coming in to play Ed. And then we have some more ensemble folks who are new. Leanne, Drew, Kaylin is back. So it's just, I don't know, I'm losing my thoughts because I'm so overwhelmed by what it was like to all be together again. But it's been 2 weeks. So we did the table read and we all hugged each other and it was very emotional, and we go home and then everyone comes back the next day, and the dancers and the ensemble, they're in the studio working on music, singing, dancing, and the principals are working on music. And then we come back a few days later and we are in the studio. So it's my first time in the studio with Brandon, and we're working on Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And then I'm working on Shadowland. He's working on Hakuna Matata and Endless Night. And He Lives in You Reprise. And then the next day we work on The Fight. And I got to tell y'all, The Fight is the one thing that has always been a source of fear for me. And this time going into it, I was like, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to let fear be in the driver's seat during my experience anymore. I am stronger than that. And so the months leading up to coming back to the show, I had to get stronger. So if you've seen some of our previous episodes, you'll know that Austin and I hired a trainer. We've been talking with a nutritionist, and I've been working out as much as I can to get my body ready and strong. I just did my Performer Pilates class. I swear by these classes, this is what keeps me healthy and keeps me from getting injured in the show. So I take Pilates about 4 times a week, and it is a godsend. And I have to say that it all paid off, because I'm walking into this rehearsal having flashbacks of my rehearsal process in 2016. And it was so hard and scary. And I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready. I had no idea what I was jumping into. And so this time, I know what I'm jumping into. I know how to prepare. I know what's going to be expected of me. So I'm just ready to hit it hard. And I felt really good about my growth. And on top of that, I got the feedback I needed to affirm that. And so I say that to say that sometimes we're our worst, well, not sometimes, for me, always, I'm my worst critic. And it just doesn't serve you to do that to yourself. It only serves you to work on the places in your artistry that you can improve, and then to just know and trust that in working on it, that you're getting better, and that the fruits of your labor will come to fruition. You just have to keep working towards those goals. And so anyway, we got to do something really cool, and that's a Javanese workshop. So the Saung Budaya dance company, who specializes in Javanese and Balinese dance, came and did a workshop for us, and it was intense. It was so intense. Like, I don't know if any of us really executed it, but what's great is that we got some of the fundamentals and some of the vocabulary, the physical vocabulary that we could use to apply into our show. And really, it's for, more so than anyone, it's for the lions. Anyone that's in a lion track, you really need to have some some vocabulary of the Javanese movement to apply it to the show. And that was Julie Taymor's original vision, that Javanese would be in the show. So it is in the show, but it's something that you use a little bit of and then throw it away, and use a little bit of it in heightened emotional moments and then throw it away. And Javanese for me is not innate. And so it's something that I continually work on to make it feel better and better. But we did this 4-hour Javanese workshop, very intense. Thank you so much to Saung Budaya, because they're amazing and they worked with us and helped us a lot. And so the culmination of the first 2 weeks and the most exciting day had to be by far this past Saturday. We did a run-through of the show. And we're putting in 4 new cubs. We're putting in 2 young Nalas and 2 young Simbas. So that's Elena, Sydney, Corey, and Vince. And so anytime we did any of the numbers with the cubs in the number, they did it twice so that each set of cubs could do all of the show. And so if you got a chance to go onto the Lion King Instagram takeover, I hope you did. It's not up there anymore. They didn't highlight it, but I did do a takeover that day to show some of the behind the scenes of what it's like in the rehearsal process. No costumes, just us. And a little bit I want to talk about too is the new COVID protocols. So I did say earlier that everyone in the space had to be vaccinated and everyone had to be tested, but we also wear our mask. And the only time we take our masks off is if we are singing or doing some of the script, some of the book work. Other than that, our masks are on. Even when the dancers are dancing, their masks are on. Now, when we get into the performance, will our masks be on? No. So it's just a rehearsal process. And I think everyone's still learning the ropes and learning what's going to work and what's not going to work. Right now, it looks like they're going to isolate anyone that's a cover away from the general population, so that if someone in the ensemble or in the principal cast gets sick, the covers won't be around them and they'll be able to come into those roles and do the roles and cover the show so that we don't have to cancel the whole show. But once we get into the theater and we start running performances, if you don't have makeup on and you're not on stage, you're required to wear a mask. Once I get into full beat, or, Scar gets into full beat, he doesn't have to put his mask on anymore until the end of the show. So that's just what I know so far. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all I have to say about this new experience. I am thrilled to be back. I'm not as nervous as I thought I was going to be. After the Javanese workshop, the next morning, my body definitely felt like it had been hit by a bus. But it's those good aches. It's an ache of feeling useful and feeling like I'm walking in my purpose again. So I'm happy to be back at work, and it feels good to sing again and interact and look at people in their eyes and tell stories. And so yeah, we've got 2 more weeks of rehearsal. We officially moved into the theater this Tuesday, and we are doing tech, something we have never done before. I think the only person that's done it is Lindy Way. She's the only one that knows what a tech is like in the Lion King. Well, maybe that's not true, because I imagine when they moved the show from New Amsterdam to the Minskoff that they did a tech then. But most of us in the company have not done a tech together. So yeah, that's it. If you got questions, write them down below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you're new to this channel and you are a musical theater lover, or someone that wants a career in musical theater, someone that already has a career in musical theater, but you got a lot of questions, this channel is for you. My husband, Austin, and I pop on every week to give you theater audition advice, life, career advice. And yeah, we just want to impart on you the knowledge that we gained from this, because neither of us had a very conventional way of getting to Broadway. And so for those folks that are not going the very conventional route, or even the people that are, this channel is for you. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.